Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Child of Light. I'm Koala.
And I am Bear.
So, starting off, we're gonna do the housekeeping, so to speak. Just kind of deliver some skills across the board. We definitely, some people even leveled up twice for this last battle, so it's actually a good thing. So we can kind of get some level 2 spells, strengthen up some people.
Got a lot of XP.
Yeah. For sure.
Ooh, look at all those upgrades.
Antidote. Let's get the sure shot. And let's buff them up. So yeah. So instead of something I'm gonna do right now is there's actually a side quest that we have in our inventory that we haven't even started yet, which is free trade, which is actually given to us by this, I don't know if you remember now, it was a few episodes back, by this fiddle playing asshole, because he was kind of a jerk. So we're just going to go ahead and start doing it. It's essentially a series of trade quests where you have to give one person one thing and then they give you another, and just kind of, if you've ever played RuneScape, there's actually a quest called One Small Favor where a person needed a custom, I think it was like a bookshelf or something like that for a customer, and yet they gave you one item and you had to make a series of trades to ultimately give him the item that he wanted.
That must have been a member's quest.
Yeah, it was definitely a member's quest. It's actually my least favorite quest that I ever did in RuneScape. Just because of the fact that you actually have to do individual trades for 20 different people. You have to do like 15 to 20 trades across the entire map. And then once you bring the guy his item back, he says, "Oh, you took too long. I already got it."
And then quest over?
And then the quest is over.
Well, that's a letdown.
Yeah, it's like the biggest waste of time.
It's like when I watch a movie and then the main character died at the end, and then like nothing.
That's it.
The story the denouement just ends.
Well, right. So the rat gave, or the Bomulus gave you a apple and you have to trade it all the way to a piece of gold. So the first stop is actually in the Kapili village in this building, and there's this old professor who, when you first walk in, says, "I'm hungry." An apple, delicious.
Is he like a scribe or something?
Yeah, kind of. So what happens is you give him the apple because he's hungry, and then he gives you a shovel.
I'm gonna tell. Do you have any commentary? Because I'm about to tell a story.
No, if you have a story, go for it. I mean, ultimately what I'm just doing is I'm traveling from one point to another.
Got you.
So okay. I mean,
so while you're traveling, I'll tell you this. It's not really a story. It's just a funny little thing that it just reminded me. The reason why I asked if the guy's a scribe is because I'm watching the show The Wire, which, if anyone wants to show a recommendation in the drama genre, then I highly recommend it. Really great show. The acting and writing is actually incredible. A lot of the actors actually you see in other shows, for instance, The Walking Dead, have appeared there, and that's actually where they started their career. Amy Ryan is one of the more notable ones as well. I don't know. It's just like a really great show altogether. But there was this one scene that's actually pretty funny. Just before, when I asked, was that character a scribe? Right, it reminded me of the scene where this guy was taking notes, right? And it was, so I don't want to give anything away in case anyone's watching it or plans to watch it, but it was about a meeting, right? And the head guy comes over. He goes like, "Are you taking?" He's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Well, he told me to take meeting minutes. These are the minutes." He's like, "Are you taking notes of a fucking criminal conspiracy? The fuck are you thinking?" And he takes a paper and crumbles it up.
So the next stop is actually in between.
Did I actually stop right when you got to the place you needed to go to?
Pretty much, wow. Actually.
Good time.
So I teleported to the altar, but it might have actually been closer to just teleport to the monastery because you kind of have to travel a good bit of distance. But between the two, when you originally came here and there was the curse, this guy was actually originally a crow. Because originally this kind of dwarf species was a bunch of crows. So if you come here, he says, "Oh, I'm missing my shovel." So what happens is you give him a shovel, and then he gives you a lamp. And what happens is he says, "I don't need this lamp just because I can see what I'm shoveling by the light of the stars." So the last one is actually back near the town.
Since I am bear, I'm gonna give you a little bear fact.
Okay.
Speaking of guiding through the light,
Okay.
polar bears can actually go from one place to another.
Mm-hmm.
Typically, this is during the summer when they need to survive on low amounts of food.
Okay.
They migrate elsewhere, and they will sometimes swim across the Hudson Bay in Canada,
Okay.
like hundreds of miles across several days without stopping.
Right.
And they during the nighttime use the stars to navigate.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. They just look up in the sky and get their bearing.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's pretty
cool.
badass.
Brought to you by Bear.
Yeah.
Bear facts brought to you by Bear.
Especially considering the fact that your favorite bear is a polar bear.
Yes, it is my favorite bear. The most vicious of all of them.
Yeah. Actually, when I was actually our next stop is right here. We actually stopped here a few episodes back where there's just this really dark tunnel that there's absolutely no light, and at the bottom of it there is a single creature right here trying to dig in the mines in the dark. So if you talk to him, you give him the lamp. Or you give him the lantern. So then he's like, "What can I give you in return?" And then so essentially he gives you a small piece of gold. So you took an apple, got a shovel for a lantern, and then a lantern for gold, and then now you just have to go back to the trader and give him his ill-gotten gold to say that you're capable of trading.
Ooh, conflict gold?
Kind of. It's more of just like F you, I'm a girl, I can do the same shit you can, fuck you.
Well, and daintily put.
Yeah, thank you. It's like a kapow right in the face.
Pow, right in the kiss.
Yeah.
Pow, right in the kiss.
So I can be Adolphus and you can be Aurora.
Alright.
So, I suppose you've given up and cede victory to me. There is no shame in it, if you know. Only a bombless a trader can be.
Then explain this gold nugget to me.
What? It cannot be. Impossible. We are the experts, not some outsider.
You are. That much is infallible. I am certain we outsiders have a lot to learn. So instead of turning away, perhaps teach us. And we will spread the fame of the Bonus wide.
You are truly a marvel. I apologize for being so brusque. I have nothing to teach you, that much is clear. And I can give you aid upon your journey far and near. If Master Trader you be, good luck to you here.
That accent, though.
The accent, though. I kind of... that's actually another achievement if you're going for achievements either on the Xbox or the PlayStation. But my accent kind of went through a little bit. Like, it went from, like, a little bit of just standard British to, like, a little bit of Cockney.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah, her little
Yeah,
bit
but,
Cockney
like,
in there, too.
yeah. For me, it's kind of hard to, like, stick to the same accent.
You just have an identity crisis.
No, I really do. I honestly do have an identity crisis when it comes to accents. But, yeah, something actually interesting about that, but just really quickly, actually, just to get to the next part, is because we freed this guy of his chest pains, we can further it on to the story.
Cool.
So because we freed him of his chest pains, he will take us up to the sky, which is where we want to go to return home.
Let's see.
So this takes us into the next chapter of the story,
Whoa, just like Lord of the Rings.
right? Do
Now-
you remember what those tree-like giant creatures were called? By the way, just so you guys have some. Actually, we're gonna wait until we read through this cutscene.
Okay, should I be Aurora?
Yeah, you can be Aurora.
Thank you, Magna, for the unusual ride.
For us, up to the skies.
Robert, much luck. Wait, that's not what he said. I just realized he skipped the. So you said for bringing us up to the sun. Never mind.
Did I read it wrong?
Yeah.
What did I say?
I don't remember, but you didn't say bringing. So I was just like, wait 1 second. Where are we? I got lost for a moment. All right, Robert, much luck on the routes of trade.
Wait, Aurora, I must join your enterprise. If I secure new markets yet unfound, Margaret is sure to come around.
Welcome to our cavalry.
I do not anticipate anything but bankruptcy.
The Duke and the Duchess.
Yeah, so new chapter right here, new region. Probably the first thing I would do once coming here is I'd probably change some of the oculi around. So just real quick, I'm just going to go around, change them, and cut back to once I change them all. All right, everybody, we're back. So I didn't make very many changes. I just kind of changed some of most of the attacking based oculi were a lot of water ones just because of that previous dungeon we were in. So I just kind of went through, gave either the characters back what they had before or upgraded what they had as far as attacking. Most of the other ones I kept the same, but this is just going to cycle through quickly and show you what I changed or did not change overall. So yeah. Anyway, Bear actually had something to say before, like during the cut. He was actually wanting to bring something up.
Oh yeah, I watched The Martian. Really great movie. I thought if you're into movies about space and travel, I thought it was gonna be like Gravity, sort of how the commercials made it out to be.
Right.
He's kind of like Matt Damon's character, solemnly sitting on a rock, saying,
right.
"I'm the only person on this planet." Gave a very lonely feel to the movie. Which, by the way, if for those watching you haven't seen it, it's not at all like that.
No, I watched Martian too, and I was actually hoping it wouldn't be like Gravity because I actually didn't like Gravity at all.
Yeah, if Gravity was very intense because she's literally by herself.
Right.
He is also by himself too, but it's not it's not like feelings of despair.
It's a little bit more lighthearted.
It's definitely more lighthearted. They add humor, which I liked. And it's more about surviving, but in a like you said, lighthearted way.
Right.
I'm trying to craftily, craft my words carefully because I don't want to give anything away.
Right. So, Mr. Biologist Bear, would you like to name these two new creatures? There's this ice creature, and then there's this rock one right here.
Okay. I'm gonna name that one Dragonfly.
Okay.
Because I thought of Dragonfly, even though it's not.
Right.
And the other one I'm gonna call Nick.
Which one are you calling Nick?
This
guy?
Archer.
Oh, Archer?
Yeah.
Okay.
For some reason I thought of Sir Headless Nick.
Nearly Headless Nick?
Nearly Headless Nick. Ah, oh, damn it.
You make all the Harry Potter fans out there sad.
You died in this game.
Spike.
Savage.
Savage. I'll never live this. I'll never live that down.
That's just my backup. Like when I get cornered, I'll just like drop that one and then end it.
Just drop the ball, drop the mic.
Yep.
Drop the mic.
But that's only if I feel threatened. If you back me into a corner, I'm dropping that one.
That's your natural bear instinct.
Yep.
Sort of like what is it? Sort of like a squid where they just ink.
I will evade, and then once you back me in the corner, I will attack.
I will ink you.
Or in my case, I will claw you.
Right. So actually, something I was actually talking about before with accents was one of my favorite comedians is actually this British comedian named was it Jimmy Carr? Have you ever heard of him?
Jimmy Carr? Yeah. That's a long time ago? No, he's still I mean, he's still active.
I'm
thinking of different. Okay, yeah, I know who Jimmy Carr is.
But so essentially one of the things that he talks about, and
I was thinking George Carlin for some reason. My bad.
Oh yeah, no, that's that's
And he's not
definitely-
English. I don't know. That was just dumb. My bad.
But yeah, something that he brings up in I don't know if it's one of his stand-up or if it was like an interview or something like that. He talks about accents and how he's trying to practice getting in by being able to do all of these different accents, and specifically British ones. And one of the things that he brings up is actually that helps him do his accents is actually using a key word.
Yeah.
So essentially he says this key word, and it kind of helps bring out the accent, so you don't have to just come out of nowhere and just have this accent just bam there.
Right.
So like for example, for some of the ones in that interview that he did was like for some of the British accents, one of them was like pooper scooper. He'd say like in the accent, he'd be like poopa scoopa.
That's funny.
So yeah, so essentially like usually with these different accents, I tried to follow that same idea that he actually brought up, which is actually a good one because I always have problems trying to not only bring up the accent out of nowhere, but also hold it.
Right.
So for sometimes, for example, like one of the ones I always like doing is the Persian accent, which is always the one which is my ethnicity. So I've been trying to think of a good one, but like all the ones that I come up with are kind of dumb, and sometimes I kind of lose it. So I haven't found like a really good one. But the most recent one that I've come up with is, again, this kind of goes into like the Persian stereotypes of, you know, them having nose jobs and stuff, like all the women having nose jobs. So the one that I have is just like nose job, es especial, good for you. Essentially, like it's. Nose job that doesn't really work for me. Another one that I came up with is breathing problem. It's kind of in the same vein where it's just like I got a nose job because I had breathing problem. The doctor said that I needed a nose job because the oxygen wasn't getting to my brain. So like it kind of helps me. I mean, leave a comment down below if you have some like a key word or something that you use for whatever accent, but generally speaking for me, at least for Persian accent, that's the one that I use. I don't know, it kind of helps me. Like I haven't found a good one yet personally, but at least for me that one kind of works.
It's pretty funny. Oh, you're in another fight?
Yeah, I'm in another fight.
So, speaking of which, you should talk about keywords, right?
Right.
Got me thinking, do I have one? There's one for Cantonese as well that I use.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I'm not really good at an Asian accent, which is kind of, if you will, ironic. It's not supposed to be, right?
I'm so screwed. Anyway, continue.
Always breaking rule number 1.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I have rule number 2. Never listen to rule number 1. Oh, I'm so bad.
Go GG, man.
GG. I mean, there's something called there's actually a famous thing amongst Let's Players, which is the Let's Play curse, which is you're good at the game, but as soon as you press the record button, you just fail hard.
Yep. I can imagine that.
But anyway, continue with what you were saying.
So, in Cantonese, there's something that's not known, that's not immediately obvious, especially for someone who speaks a Western language that has never ever had any experience with Asian languages, namely Cantonese. That being the like syllable sentence particle that you add to the end of certain words.
Right.
So for instance, you would say word and then add la at the end. It means nothing, but it flows with the sentence, and grammatically speaking, when you say the word, you have to say la at the end.
Okay.
So it would make no sense. It's like something la at the end. And it just sounds strange, right? And so my keyword is when you say okay, right? Okay, like among Cantonese speakers, they know what it means.
Right.
But because they're used to the way they say okay, they say okay la.
Okay la.
So when I was taking Cantonese, right, like the whole joke was like, is it okay la? It's like the whole. That would be our whole class-wide response. So, okay la.
Okay la.
Yeah. Oh man.
I can imagine like you're in class and then someone opens their like opening statement, It's just like okay class. It's like okay la.
Okay la, yeah, okay la.
That's funny.
It is funny. So, that's what I do.
Try using that as your like your key word or whatever. You know, your catchphrase, so to speak.
Man,
to, like,
you can put me on the spot. Okay.
No, I mean you don't have to, dude. I'm just saying, just like as a method of practice, so to speak. You know.
Yeah. I'm not gonna do it now because it's bad. But
maybe you can do it in a future episode.
Yeah, I'm gonna save it for that's. Yeah, stay tuned. That will be for a future episode. I can't give everything away right now. Right, you can't.
Right.
A magician can't start off with his best trick.
I don't think that's a thing.
Huh?
I don't think that's a thing.
Damn it! I thought it was a thing. I'm just.
I mean, it's a general rule of thumb, so to speak, where it's like you don't like open with your biggest act and then the rest of the thing is just like.
Since we're talking about stand-up comedies, right? You don't end with the best joke. You don't start with the best joke. You end with the best joke.
Right.
Do you have time? I was gonna quote someone. Or are we gonna end this episode?
Well, we're about almost 23 minutes, so.
All right. Well, in that case, again, I will save that for another episode.
All right. So.
It just gets better and better.
Right. Leave you on a cliffhanger. So anyway, thanks again for watching, everyone. Make sure to like and check out the next episode of Child of Light. See you guys then.
Bye.
Bye.